Explore how Recovery Act funding is helping your hometown on this Metro Edition. Hi everyone, this is Metro Edition. I'm Matt Schuster. It's easy to hear the number of dollars being provided as part of the stimulus package and simply wonder, are these dollars helping our hometown? Here's an inside look to answer that very question. You've heard the reports and seen the information on the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act. Money provided through grants from the federal government to help jumpstart our nation's economic recovery. Louisville has been awarded over $500 million in Recovery Act funds. But what does this mean to you? How is it helping your friends, family, and neighbors?
One of our plants in Riverport is making $8 million worth of peanut butter for the military that wouldn't have happened without stimulus dollars.
Senior Nutrition Program has also received money from ARA, and we've been able to serve more clients this year as a result of that.
She wasn't there to give a handout, she was just there to give a hand up.
What's the real story? I mean, I can show you the single mom who wants to do better, who has 3 kids but can't afford to go to do the training because she's got to feed the kids, she's got to work. And we found a mechanism in job training to be able to get her in training. She's now a certified EMT and is going to go to work, I believe, here for our own emergency services in the metro. But she would never have that opportunity. It's a great story, but just a small one of hundreds that there are out in this community.
In 2009, the mayor formed a team of public and private sector leaders to pursue opportunities in the stimulus program and reach the greatest good for the community. This is Louisville at Work, consisting of 10 teams and more than 100 members.
One of the pieces that was important as we looked at our ability to go after competitive grants, for example, was to make sure, because there's a lot of competition with those things, even in our own community where 2 or 3 or 4 different entities will go after the same grant. And we already knew that if we did that it would complicate our ability to get them.
The idea behind the work teams was bringing together not only Metro employees and representatives, but community agencies, associated organizations, so that you have everybody working together. The idea was if you share information and we share ideas, then hopefully we won't be competing against one another, and we can build partnerships that I think strengthen the grant opportunities.
We in fact have built on the work that we've been doing with Mayor's Healthy Hometown Movement for the past several years, and the network and the collaboration that we've established over the last several years through Mayor's Healthy Hometown Movement partnerships in multiple organizations as the foundation for why we should be given this grant from the CDC. I think that was a major part of why we were successful in getting one of only 46, I think, 47 grants throughout the entire United States with over 1,000 letters of intent to go after those funds.
Jobs were created and saved with over $100 million in infrastructure improvements made possible by Recovery Act funds. Louisville's first project, the construction of a maintenance and training hub for TARC, will create or save 330 jobs with a $5.5 million investment in our community.
This project has it all. It will expand TARC's training and maintenance facilities and stimulate Metro Louisville and the Commonwealth's economy. And the maintenance annex will be certified as a leadership in energy and environmental design building.
It would take 5 TARC buses to hold all the workers needed to fill the jobs created or retained by the investment. Other infrastructure projects have included repairs to sidewalks, street rehabilitation, interstate highways, schools, and the new Ashland No. 10 firehouse. Private companies, universities, state and local governments, and nonprofit organizations in Louisville have received over $35 million in small business loans and millions more in contracts from federal agencies.
We were awarded a project that involved the changing the existing heating and ventilation and air conditioning, HVAC system, to geothermal, using the man hours that we applied to the project. plugging those man hours into the government required equation yielded a result of 3 jobs retained.
Jefferson County Public Schools received a $5 million grant to boost student achievement. And at least $15 million is being invested in our community's workforce by retraining adults, young people, and dislocated workers.
This was a great opportunity for me to understand the dental field here in the United States.
People are finding new careers that would not have been possible otherwise.
I didn't expect this kind of help. I thought just it's kind of, they will help me just searching for a job and find a suitable job for me, but I didn't expect financial help.
The CAP program provided me with work uniforms. They provided me with bus passes, monthly bus passes. So that is like really takes a lot of stress off of me. You know, being able to ride the bus with a pass and not spend my whole checks, you know, trying to get from here to there and everything.
A lot of these folks wouldn't be able to do it if they weren't able to be granted a scholarship. So I think it really just opens up a lot of doors.
Not only was it an opportunity to do something that I wanted to do, but it also is a field where you're less apt to end up getting laid off and let go, and there's usually a job in.
To date, in public protection, we've received over $11 million to enhance projects in criminal justice and in public safety.
Nationally, domestic violence drains more than $700 million in productivity from our businesses each year.
We have indication that there are over 30,000 domestic violence related calls that our Louisville Metro Police Department responds to on an annual basis. The Circuit Clerk's Office also assists over 5,300 victims a year in filing emergency protective order petitions. And I think it's also important to note that our family court actually handles 25% of the emergency protective orders in the Commonwealth of Kentucky on an annual basis.
To reduce this effect, victims of domestic violence, dating violence, stalking, and sexual assault are being aided through support received by over 20 programs. The Violence Against Women Act grants promote a team approach to improve the criminal justice system's response to violent crimes against women.
That grant includes $170,000 in funding from under the Violence Against Women Act.
The Metro Criminal Justice Commission, along with the Circuit Clerk's Office, went in on a proposal that would create an electronic emergency protective order system.
It essentially builds upon the warrant system that we had in place and will allow a process that had been extremely antiquated, time-intensive, that relied on paper processes, essentially just to physically move documents from one agency to another. It will now allow that information to go electronically to judges. It'll allow the information to go to police officers in their cars via mobile data terminals, so it will greatly increase the efficiency of the ability to disseminate the information, and by doing that you actually increase the safety net of protection for victims in our community.
Recovery Act funds are helping Louisville to be healthier as well. Louisville's Healthy Hometown efforts received a $7.9 million grant to fund over 20 citywide wellness initiatives.
We have built a collaboration with our transportation system, with TART, with the Jefferson County Public School System, with the Urban League, with the Parks Department, with several other agencies and local organizations to use this money to create new policy initiatives and systems change that will improve the environment, that will allow people to be healthier or be more able to access opportunities to be healthy. There are just literally dozens of strategies that we're looking to employ, all of which are supposed to lead to policy change, which will give long-term sustained effect on the environment and allow people to be healthier.
Stimulus funds are impacting all areas of people's lives in Louisville. People received assistance in making homes more energy efficient and lowering their heating bills. The work on people's homes was contracted to private companies, creating more jobs in Louisville.
We know that there's thousands of people and families that have been affected by weatherization dollars, by $250 Social Security checks that all of those got. All the seniors who received Social Security. When you add those things up, it's made a big difference in the lives of who we have here.
These are some examples of how stimulus dollars are positively impacting your community, improving our quality of life, and helping people in a time of need.
Just the basic thing of being able to go to school to make things better for their families. They couldn't afford to go to school and put their kids in daycare, and they couldn't afford to, that just to have the luxury of that lifestyle. And they've come to me and they've said, without this, I wouldn't be a nurse. I would not be taking my nurse's test.
This funding allowed us to move more quickly than we would have been in this economic climate, and to get the funding we needed to make a difference pretty quickly.
So in addition to all of the magnificent changes I think it can bring about in terms of changing the environment here and making it more friendly to physical activity, nutrition, good health, and decreasing the rate of obesity, particularly amongst our kids, it's also creating some jobs. So it's a win-win for all of us.
Anytime you inject that kind of money into a community, the ripple effects are really felt.
For information and details on how stimulus funds are being used in Louisville, visit recovery.gov or louisvilleky.gov. That's all for this Metro Edition. Thanks so much for joining us. Remember, stay connected to your city, your life, and your Louisville right here on the national award-winning Metro TV. Until next time, I'm Matt Schuster. Make it a great day.
Metro TV, a public service of Louisville Metro Government.